Hey, everybody. Hey, Maria.
Hey, man, the energy is like popping right now, isn't it?
It's like everything's new and different. This is going to be a great live. I'm super excited about it. Uh, got my computer from early Christmas present from someone very special to me. So I love it, and I'm getting used to it now. It's a difference between going then from the MacBook back to the HP. I'm gonna get used to the clicking. It's the mouse that keeps screwing me up, honestly. But I love having Windows again. I love this computer, and thank you. So there's a bunch of stuff that we need to go over before this starts.
Okay.
First off, my membership. So if you're not a member and you'd like to be, I'm actually having a membership sale. Green light special, aisle 13, John Yates membership. Oh, Ashley Nicole, thank you. Thank you so much for that. This is going to be a good live. I'm not playing. There's a lot. We got some good shit going on here. The membership. So I think my first 2 tiers are 50% off right now. And now that I have my computer back, I can do more of the after shows and the member content, because I haven't had a computer for like a month and a half and it's been annoying. So I kind of limited me as to what I can do. So if you'd like to become a member, the first 2 tiers are 50% off, like the first month, and then it'll go to regular pricing. I finally got my pricing right with YouTube. So the tiers are actually the right amount after me battling with them for almost a year about the wrong prices. So that's that. What else do I have to say? Old business. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do hit the like button. And I also got a package from Dion over at Scentsy last night, and I wanted to show how beautiful it was. And I had to climb over my jump ropes of wires. Hold on. So I don't know if you're familiar with Scentsy or Dion, but just beautiful, amazing products, candles, the wax. So she sent me, I'm not even lying here. Hold on. I feel like Lisa Rinna. She sent me this big giant box of just amazing stuff. This is a Christmas. Hey, Dion, there you are. I love this so much. This is a Christmas tree wax burner. And just to show you what it looks like here, and there it goes. Okay, well, so
I think you got to slow down.
Maybe I'm not Lisa Rinna. Okay, so it plugs in, so it could also work as a nightlight, and then you put the candle right here. It heats it up, and it's just wonderful, and it's pretty. She sent me 2 of these. They're great little night lights, and they smell amazing. And I've had mine on all day. And it's just so pretty. I can't get over how cool that is. And hold on. She also sent me
Oh my Lord.
Maybe a little rushed because there's so much to talk about. And I'm like, all right. Okay. She also sent me the waxes that you put on, you use a candle, and my favorite, so cookies for Santa, and that's what you burn. Spiced apple chestnut. These are all amazing scents, and we worked at Pier 1, so we know candles. Wassail? Wonderland. Wassail? I don't know what that word is, but I like it. I don't know whatever that word is, but I'm okay with it. So there's that. And my favorite, this scent is so incredible. Where is it? I mean, she also sent me sweet on this whole set. So good. Cody! I'm live. Where's the good one, that our favorite, the Winterberry one? Can you bring it out here so I can show it?
Is it Snowberry? Snowberry.
This scent I don't know if I'm ready to make a proclamation that it's might be better than Yankee Candle Black Cherry, but I don't know if I'm there to say that there's a candle better than that.
It's Fireside Chat.
But this,
it is so
Dion,
good.
please just send me everything you have with this Fireside Chat.
It is so amazing.
We've had it going all day. We've had our whole house. It smells like an orgasm. It's just so like a good Christmas orgasm, and it's just so good, and I love it. And we've already gone through 3 little packs. That's how much we've been burning it. It's like we've been like going all since, and we got this yesterday. So that's how much we love
the Cincy,
these products. And
so
Dion
awesome.
is so good, and she has such
so
amazing products. And it's it's not cheap or it's solid. It's stuff like this you would see like in Pier 1 or if they were still around. I already showed.
Why are you opening that one?
Well, I showed the box and I showed that one.
Okay, so you don't need to open.
Okay, your sound. So we're good.
Me
Okay, so that's number 1. All right, let me say hi to everybody in the chat.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, there's like in the last half hour, I got all this information, and I'm trying to like get it together. Okay. So with that all being said, now I can start. Hello, Michelle, Ruth Ann, Donnell, Patty S, Digital Pen, Jewel, Perfectly Imperfect, J Freak, Mel B. This is a touchscreen. I feel so bougie. I've never had a touchscreen laptop in my life. It's like, very Minority Report. I feel like Tom Cruise. I'm like, Christina B, hello.
I have a touchscreen too. Let me see.
I'm like Addie. Hello.
That's fun.
I'm scrolling down my thumb, which is fun.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was so much chat. Holy moly.
Dish with Mish. Is there a lot? I'm looking at the top. That's good though.
Yeah.
I might skip over somebody. If I do, I'm sorry. Tanya, hello. Terry Talks. Holistic, MTT. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, and the rest. There's a lot of chat. I'm sorry. Ellie, hi, Criddle, LaDonna, Patricia with a C. I will say hi to you when I see your comment in the chat. I'm sorry. There's a lot to cover. All right, so I'm excited. I haven't had like this sort of breaking news like in a while. Like I had to like dust off my my breaking news vest. Here I am. I feel like Big Mike. I'm mounting me. And here we go. So I'm going to start the intro, and then we're going to get into it.
Okay.
That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
Pull that one on.
Hi, Pineapple. Hi, Susie B. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know which one to lead with.
I'm
gonna
do the realtor one first.
Okay, let's do Jonathan. So Jonathan, I guess everybody forgot about him. Jonathan was with Fernanda.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of fell off the radar after like all that stuff about him talking to other women came out when he was with Janelle. No one's really heard from him in like 3 years. And I posted a very long thread that's like, 19 screenshots. And everyone's like, it's going too fast. So I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But it's the only way I could post it. So I just kind of wanted to like read, what was being said for those. I'm not going to read all of it because it's a lot. And I really want to get to the other news. But basically, in a nutshell, and then I guess he got married to Janelle. I wasn't aware that they actually did ever get married.
I didn't know that he did either, but she's clearly taken up for him in these chats. So, or whatever it is. It looks like is it a Facebook post?
Yeah, and it's from like a local like Facebook community in like, you know, about housing in like Michigan. It's got nothing to do with 90 Day Fiance or, you know, anything like that. So I really want to thank the person that sent me this, because that was something. Let me see here. Okay. So basically this woman, she said that she sold Drew. She sold my house with this guy, Jonathan. He messed up on the paperwork, ended up the new buyer attempting to sue me. So I guess Jonathan suing her because of the mistake. He was supposed to cover some court costs, never did, flaked out. I wish he would have just been easier to read. Luckily, the judge agreed that it was his fault and dismissed the case against myself, but I still had to cover legal fees. This guy took my money and ran. Well, that's bold. Don't let him do it to you. Keller in Brighton did not help in any way. I guess that's his realty place. And he even told the manager there he was going to give the money to make himself look good and never did. And then there's a picture of Jonathan. And then there's like, you know, I guess the lawsuit. And so, and like all that chat, it's just like, you know, people, and this, again, this is not a 90 Day Fiance chat. It's got nothing to do with the show. It's Fenton, Michigan, and surrounding areas resale. That's the Facebook group, just to tell you. You know, there's a lot like with random people like talking about like this, and then like Janelle drops in, which I'm trying to find. So Janelle comes in, which is, I guess, his wife now. And Janelle says, typically I would never comment on something like this, but since this is completely false information, I'm reporting your post. You were sued by the buyer because you didn't complete the necessary repairs required. To go around social media and try to ruin someone's career with false information is considered defamation, and I'm shocked these boards haven't taken down your posts. You're about to get another lawsuit for defamation. How does the state of Michigan define defamation lawsuits? And then it's like, you know, legal jargon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then Janelle further goes to Drew, who is the person, you know, who posted this. You're actively involved in 2 lawsuits, public record, with people suing you. You're about to be involved in a third because of false information. I guess that was like a little bit redundant, Janelle, but okay. Then Drew responds to Janelle, well, I can tell you're friends with Jonathan, and he apparently lies to his friends because the information you have is incorrect. And Janelle replies, and then Drew goes back, well, whatever your relation, I guess she says that I'm his wife. Whatever your relationship with him is, it's not out here just speaking bad for no reason. He got paid commission twice, one for selling and one for me buying. And then he stuck me with legal fees because he messed up on paperwork. I was unaware that the city required an inspection. I'm not a realtor. That's why I hired him. And then he told Aaron at Keller Williams he would cover some of the lawyer costs and then disappear. He's not paying anything or reversing any money.
That guy's story doesn't make any sense. Just so you know.
Who, Drew?
Yeah.
I don't know if Drew's a guy or a girl.
Oh, yeah, I don't either. I guess that's true. But like normally you have 2 separate realtors. The buyer and seller don't normally use the same realtor because it's a conflict of interest, right? So he's not getting a commission on buying and selling. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
He's either doing it for the buyer or for the seller. So, and you don't know you need an inspection?
Yeah, like, isn't that like standard?
I mean, there's some places where you can waive them, or depending on if you're paying in cash or what kind of loan you're doing. But yeah, you should get an inspection. Always get an inspection. Always get an inspection.
So Janelle replies to just Drew person, what you're doing is spreading false information to damage someone's reputation. He collected commission because he sold your house, went under contract 3 times with you, and then finally sold you your new house, AKA he did his job.
I get it now. Okay.
He wasn't involved in the lawsuit against you. He didn't stick you with legal fees. The person who sued you is the reason you are paying legal fees, because you were involved in the lawsuit, not him. I have no idea what messed up paperwork you're referring to. My understanding is dun, 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 dun. Drew is like, what are you talking about? Janelle says the homes you were trying to purchase, 3 of them, he worked his butt off for you this person trying to buy 3 houses from Jonathan. Jesus. He
And he
worked
doesn't know he should get an inspection.
spent a heck of a lot of time with you. I'm done with the Facebook comments. Anyone who even cares to read this mess, I am at least told of the truth what happened. I'm having no further communications with you, as you're clearly someone I should be concerned about. Drew says to Janelle, they attempted to sue me because my realtor did not disclose that there was a city inspection needed for the property. And once they found out there was an inspection required, that inspection revealed fixes that the city wanted done. Nothing to do with me not fixing something. I am not a realtor. I do not know the legalities of selling a house. This is why I hired Keller, blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, Jonathan Rivera. Janelle goes, again, you're actively involved in lawsuits. You should know better, blah, 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 blah. And then Drew's like, the two lawsuits you speak of is one of your husband put me in. And I just got this letter this morning that is finally all done and over with, blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So,
okay. I think I get it now. So he sold this guy's house. So he sold this guy's house. So in that case, he was the seller's agent. And then he helped him buy another house or possibly 3 more houses.
It sounds like it was like a big thing. But
yes. So then he was the buyer's agent, but it was the same for the same person. Okay, I got it. It was a city inspection, so it sounded like maybe he sold. So that was on the house he was selling. He sold a house in a city that might have had extra requirements that he didn't know about, and he hired Jonathan to know that. Jonathan should have known that if that was the case. But I don't see how this is turning into a big lawsuit. It just doesn't.
I don't know, and I don't care because I want to get to the big news. Okay. Like I want to get to the big news. Okay, are you guys sitting down? Because this is
the good stuff.
And you heard it here first.
Okay.
I can confirm. Now we're gonna do a single life tomorrow night. But this is breaking. I feel like I need like a something here. Wait. Can I even use here? Can I even use that one? No, probably shouldn't.
We got to get you a new one.
Yeah, let's get a new one. Breaking news. Okay. I can confirm. I don't want to say it because I'm so giddy about it. And once I say it, it'll be over. I can confirm that there is a new relationship with someone on the single life and someone on happily ever after.
What? How is that possible? I don't understand.
It's good. And I can confirm that Veronica is now dating Jamal, Kim's son.
Right. Veronica, Tim Malcolm's ex.
Tim Malcolm's ex Veronica is with Jamal. I'll post my pictures in a bit. I didn't know if I should do it before or after, but Veronica is with Jamal.
Man, that's an interesting age gap. I wonder.
Is it? Like, how old is she?
I mean, she's got to be close to 40, right?
Yeah. And Jamal's like 25?
He's around. I think he's a little bit older than that, but not by much.
And he lives in Manhattan by me. And she lives in the Carolina. It's not that far. I guess I could make it work. She's
not across seas.
That's true.
That's true.
But
I mean, at least she's in the same.
So there you go. That's the hot news right there. Is that Veronica and Jamal are an item.
Well, good, because she's pretty and he's very handsome. So they make actually a very good couple. So good for them. Hopefully it works.
I think they make a good couple too. I don't know if she's 40 yet. Susie thinks in her 30s. So even so, I don't think it's the early 30s.
Her for like 38. Oh, she's 42, Dion says.
42.
Okay. Well, all right.
She looks great. I like that pairing. They're both pretty snarky. I think that'd be a fun couple. But it is a weird age gap.
But you heard it here first. When this live is over, I'm going to post my pictures so you can see it. And I want to thank somebody sent that to me who which I'll tag, but yeah, it was. I'm like, oh shit, this is really something. But and it's absolute truth. So spoiler alert for the part 2 of the tell-all, Jamal's gonna be walking out as Veronica's new man.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean he's walking out? What do you mean? Okay.
There it is. Hello, Wicked Wisdom. So there it is. That's the hot tea that I have. That piping hot tea. Oh, it's so hot in here. Oh, Lord. Cody, can I get a sweet tea?
What?
Can I get a sweet tea? It's just so hot in here. Like magnolia blossoms or just something like that.
Magnolia blossom.
I don't know. A suckle of an old magnolia blossom type of heat.
Good. Lord.
So there it is. So Jamal and Veronica for right now are an item.
Good.
So
At the tell-all, she was hinting that there was someone. Was that the someone at the tell-all?
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
he lives in New York, and that's where they film the tell-all, right? Ooh, I like it. Ooh, sorry.
How dare you, Ashley Nicole? My Southern accent is amazing.
Just like his Irish accent.
Well, yeah, my Irish one's pretty bad. Y'all want a piece of pie? I just left it on my windowsill. It's just cooling off. No, that's not Southern.
It's a kind of Southern.
So whatever. Listen, I'll have to work on that. Listen, I have a ton of accents. I'm not a trained actor. Maybe Saturday Night Live will call me. But until then, wicked. Oh, he's a good looking guy. I don't know, drawer. I could do a good New York accent if you want, drawer. That's how you spell it. So, all right, let's get to the recap.
Yes.
Right? That's pretty much all the breaking news we have right now at the moment, right?
Is that all? Yeah, that's all we have at the moment. Oh, now they're saying Veronica's 37 again. So if she's 37 and 27, that's 10 years. That's not nearly as bad.
It's not bad. Man, it's not bad. All right, so where are we gonna start tonight? Hey, Johnny.
I don't know. Kim and Usman.
This was rough, man. Who?
Kim and Usman.
It starts off like as a buzzkill. All right, fine.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Kim, where is she? So Kim is back in San Diego, and unfortunately, that's why I didn't want to start with Kim because we find out that her mom passed away as soon as she got back from Nigeria, which was sad, and I reached out to her back then when it happened. She was like devastated. So that, obviously, that was sad. And, Jamal's in San Diego being there for her, trying to help her transition. And, and then Jamal was saying how surprised he was of Usman supporting Kim.
Yeah, I think that's nice. I think Jamal should look at that and be like, okay, maybe he does care for my mom and this isn't some weird game. Because Jamal definitely doesn't trust Usman. Understandably so.
And, are we good? Keep going?
Keep going, yeah.
Well, the next thing, she's on the Skype with Usman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with Usman?
Did I miss something?
Yeah. No, honestly, I didn't take as that much notes on these because it was like, I don't want to talk about sad stuff for very long.
Yeah, me neither. So
and it doesn't move the story along. So yeah, she gets on the phone with Usman and they're talking about the immigration situation and the children's situation.
And, I don't know how this didn't dawn on Kim that, you can't bring somebody over who's gonna plan on marrying others. But Usman's worked a way around it all of a sudden.
Very crafty.
Usman is going to adopt his brother Muhammad's 3-year-old nephew, which is normal in those parts.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's totally fine.
Did you have too many kids? I'll take one off your back, and then I'm gonna, huh? Hi, Lisa G. Like, huh? All right, so this is normal practice, I guess. Listen, if you have an extra kid,
or you can't support them all, or you've got a rich sibling that can afford to, give your child a better life, maybe you just say, here, take this one.
So, sure. Listen, I don't live in his village, so I can't speak if that's normal. I could think it would be not normal everywhere else, but whatever. That's what they do. And this is Usman's way around having to have the second wife, which I don't understand, because the mom is like, although the mom's not happy with it, she accepts it.
Yeah, she'll be okay with this scenario because it will be blood, but this is already your grandchild, so I don't know.
It's already her grandchild already. Huh?
Usman needs to be raising a child, apparently.
Usman is working around anything for that green card. He just wanted Kimberly to agree to him being with more women first.
Maybe.
I mean, and I guess he's being crafty now, because now he sees, I always go back to baby girl Lisa whenever she's been on up here with us, and she's like, I'm telling you, John, Usman will never, ever, 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 ever be here. Ever. And I kind of have to take baby girl Lisa's word on that, because she would know better than anybody else. And he hasn't been here at all.
He has not been here.
Just like, Azan and Nicole. You never saw Azan coming over.
Well, we at least saw that process, like there was an attempt, right? They at least went to immigration. Immigration's, flagged him for, he was engaged to somebody in another country at some point.
Azan?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Andy was related to, that's the way they played it on the show.
He was allegedly related to like a 9/11 person.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But is that the case with Usman? Maybe Lisa's using outdated information. Maybe he's been able to work through whatever the issue was that would have kept him from coming previously. I feel like between Kimberly and Usman, the fact that they are both willing to do anything to make this happen, maybe they'll figure it out. I don't know.
So, again, they're on the Skype, and Usman's like, I found a workaround. I found a loophole. And how do you feel about me adopting? And Kim's like, well, who's going to raise the kid? And Usman's like, well, you. How's that going to work? So but Usman says he has this connection with this boy, his nephew. It's like nothing he's ever felt. Like, this is really my son, which is fine. Okay. But then what's your answer? You have this connection with this boy that you see probably often, right? Because you're there. You're going to send him off to San Diego to be raised by Kim, a stranger? Huh?
What if it really is his son, though? That's why he feels so close.
That could be it too. Who knows?
He already had the secret child that his brother's been taking care of. But really, it is Usman's. I don't know.
I didn't think about that until just now, but I would believe it if that was the truth. Honestly.
Kimberly would be happier with that scenario. Just don't spring stuff on her. But yeah, she definitely freaked out. I'm old. You want me to take care of a baby? I'm going to be 70 years old before he's whatever. I don't know. Their math was not
That's
right.
How I feel now. Even if we had a newborn by some, I don't know how, immaculate conception type thing. Even now, I'm 43. I'm so when they graduate high school, I'll be 62. I'll be in line for my senior coffee at McDonald's, and then what? No. And, I don't know. It's I wouldn't. No, I don't know. So are we up to the luncheon part where she takes
We
Jamal
are.
to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So she takes Jamal to like a Nigerian eatery in San Diego, and she's talking about like, oh, this is good food, blah blah blah, whatever. And she relays the information to Jamal, and Jamal was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. He was
Jamal,
like,
who I just broke the news of him being with Veronica. That Jamal.
yes.
Uh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's raising this baby? Would you expect me, Jamal, to be a part of this? Because I'm not. Yeah.
but I have a feeling that Kim will do it.
I do too. I do too.
Hey Jen, I have a feeling that Kim will do it. I don't know. I think she'll do whatever she can to be with this guy. And Kim was saying like, well, at first I didn't know about the second wife thing, but like now I don't know about raising a kid. Well, but at some point you knew that there are going to be kids introduced, Kim.
100%. Yeah.
So what did you think? He was going to bang the other wives and like you would, no, like it was never going to work out like that.
No.
So
Listen, if you just want to have sex with younger men, then have sex with younger men. If you want to marry them, there's some other stuff that's going to come into play. And it's very often that they want children. So, what are you doing? What are you doing?
especially with like Usman's background and but like the mom's okay with like Usman adopting. Like there is, now that you said that, now it makes me think it's his son. Now I can't think that it's not his son, to be honest with you, because that is so bizarre that his brother. Like I got enough kids. You can take this one. Why not? What? But that's normal.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, it looks like you can't tell how well the family's doing. It seemed like when baby girl Lisa was there, that it looked much more impoverished than it does now. The Usman we're seeing now, so it could be that his brother does struggle. I don't know how many kids he has. Maybe taking one off of his hands would benefit all of the children, but I don't know. It's definitely weird.
So yeah. And so we find out like, Kim wants Jamal to go to Nigeria to meet him, which is I think is a good thing to do, obviously. And I guess we'll see how that plays out next week.
Yeah, Jamal said that he was open to meeting his mom's rapper superstar boyfriend. So.
Yeah. and Kim's like, oh, don't say that. Not super fan Kim. Oh no, he's not a rapper. He's just a normal
calling
guy.
him a superstar. Stop it.
He puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of us. Like, like enough. But whatever. Are we good with them?
Yep. That was it.
Maybe we should go to Andre and Libby next because
Let's
it's
go to Andre and Libby.
over.
Okay.
Just give me. So you start. Give me one. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So they have left the meeting with the sisters, right? And they're in the car back, and let's see. They're sort of discussing it. Libby feels like maybe Andre came on a little too strong, and Andre responds with, "Hey, they came in hot, babe. I was already annoyed." Which, like, when is he not annoyed? And Libby's regretting her decision not to have told her sisters ahead of time about the fact that she was pregnant and doing it on social media. She does feel like she should have at least given them a heads up and handled things differently. But she was still mad. Yeah, she was still mad about the fact that her sisters went to the mother's birthday party when they had agreed not to. But I'm with you on this, that you can't be mad at them about that. You just can't. Let's see. Wicked wisdom. Is a son more valued than a daughter, like in Chinese culture? Ooh, I don't
I'm here.
know.
Sorry, just had more information come in about the Kim and Veronica and Jamal stuff. So,
From who?
sorry,
The infirmer.
the
Do we
informer
do
just-
we get it? Do we get it?
No, it's a
The
work in
infirmer.
progress. I can't put. You don't get all my eggs at once.
Okay.
So yeah, I did not being mean to sisters. You know,
Oh, that's
they
so
come.
sexy.
They come at me first, and I react like a good Moldovan man.
Look, John, my hair's standing up. That's so handsome.
Every time I
Oh,
talk like Andre, Cody gets randy.
yummy.
So,
How you doing?
you know, pretty much just basically like everything you just said. Libby is like lay off. I will never lay off. I lay all time. Okay,
Yeah, she's like, why are you? Oh yeah.
is the son more Oh, thank you, Wicked. Is the son more valued than a
Then a daughter.
well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I know, like you said, like in Chinese culture, it is. But I don't know about the Russians.
I think she means Nigerians.
Oh.
Not Russians.
I don't know about Nigerians either. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I just don't know.
You know,
I'm not going
Libby's
to answer it because, Lord, if I say the wrong thing, no, I just don't know.
so, you know, Libby's like screaming over the top of someone to try to get, you know, higher than them. You know, they're not going to hear you. And Andre's like, sometimes you can't hear. He's just screaming in the car. They're just screaming at each other. You know, it's not like they just came in and started hitting you. It escalated. You know, it's just, you know, the same old blah, 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 as always.
And, you know, Libby's talking about, and like, I just can't believe anything Libby says. It's so hard for me to watch her and think she's like, even like remotely sincere, like ever. Like, I just like, but she's like, well, I hope this family therapy works out. And I hope that you don't get involved and just sit there and listen. And
Yeah.
well, you know, if Charlie's there, Charlie has very punchable face. I don't know if I can control myself with Charlie punchable face there.
Didn't say
you know,
that.
if Charlie opens his mouth with the punchable face, then I'd be forced to do Russian kick drop. There you go.
Another funny thing that he said earlier on, he's like, you need to listen because I have the voice of wisdom.
I am much older than you. I am 35. You're 31. I'm wiser, like Dumbledore. So
If you keep talking like that, you're gonna have to end the live because I need you. And wear the jacket, please.
I'll wear a parka later
Okay.
on.
I want you dressed just like that, but just keep speaking like that.
I'll give you like a little bit of orange juice and like make you drink a little bit and wait for more.
I don't care.
No?
Slap
Okay.
me, kick me. I don't
Go
care.
away.
Don't
This is a
kick
professional
him,
show.
though.
I'm strong like bull.
I strong like bull.
So it's fine. I can take a beating.
You know, and that was like the first part of their, you know, scene. The second scene they had when they were baby shopping, you know, and Libby's like, oh my God, having one child, such like an imposition. I can't imagine having two. We're gonna need a babysitter. What do you do, Libby?
Gets knocked up.
You know, sometimes you want a break, though. Sometimes you do need a break. But Andre seems like a very, very involved dad. So
What do you do, Andre?
Sometimes she needs a break from.
does he sell houses? I have no idea what he does.
Like, what do they do? Like, I don't even think that the family business is that even a thing anymore. And thank God we have not heard family business like every fucking episode, like we've had to hear the whole entire time. So yeah. But do they really? You know, what does the nanny do? There you go.
Nobody knows.
Again, not wearing my shirt. But they need a nanny, and they get into because baby shopping makes her happy. I thought she was gonna be like with her sisters. Like, wouldn't that have been a cute thing, like to try and mend something, like, you know, take the sisters out and she's like, well, I'm sorry. Now I kind of feel bad I didn't tell them. Like, well, you should feel bad you didn't tell them. These are like your sisters, not strangers.
Yeah.
Um,
And along those same lines, Andre did not need to be at that meeting.
no,
He's afraid somebody's going to attack his wife and that she needs to be protected. It's her sisters.
like they grew up in like diapers together,
Yeah,
like in
they
the same
can work
house.
it out. They can work it out.
No one's like pulling a switchblade on Libby, like Jen and the other one. What's Jen and the other one's name?
Becky.
Jen and Becky. They're not gonna be like, all right, bitch, let's do this. We're racing for pinks. It's not like out of Greece. Cha-Cha Di Gregorio's like there's no race flag there. It's not as bad as it seems. Like, oh, they're trying so hard to get their own spinoff, like so hard, and we're gonna see it, right? It's probably already in the works.
I would probably watch at least 2 episodes.
That's more than I gave the family Chantel. So and Darcy and Stacey.
I got through like part of one episode of the family Chantel. I'm like, this is too fake. This is too fake.
I couldn't with family Chantel. I couldn't with Darcy and Stacey when it's.
I got through 2 seasons of Darcy and Stacey, so.
So yeah, you're a fan.
Kind of. I don't know. There's an absurdity to them that I just can't figure out.
Hey Maria, thank you for following our journey. It's been like so hard. We're Silver Strong, and like nobody dangles Darcy. And I'm better than Stacey still. Don't tell her she's over there, even though she's married. I'm still better. I was on the show first, but Maria, you're great. You're following our journey. Season's greetings, and I love you.
Like.
I haven't done Darcy in a bit. I have to hone in on that. God, too many accents. God, I'm like. I don't even know how to talk normally anymore. Like when Cody asks me a question, I'm like, "Yet." Like, I'm like, huh?
Let's see.
And like I talk all day in different accents to try and perfect them. And like it just my own voice is like foreign to me now. Ashley Nicole, in his defense, maybe he knows her family manipulates her so easily, so he wanted to be there to speak up for her. They're all awful still. I would say. I'll give you 2 honks and a ding for that one. I'll give you 2 dings. But he didn't need to be there.
He didn't. It would have went smoother without him. I know I've had some issues. Like last Christmas, I had an issue going on with my mom, and it was like a situation that we would have worked out in about a minute and a half. But then her husband wanted to jump in and defend my mom for no reason. And I'm like, you're making the situation worse. Get out of here. Yeah, I did shout at my mother's husband on Christmas.
It's the holidays. It's fun. You expect to get into when you have to be with family and especially with in-laws, people you barely know, it's tough.
Yeah.
Luckily for me and Clay, we didn't have to go through that, but at least on my end. But yeah.
Me and my mom solved it with a hug. Literally, that was all it took. That was it. Okay, we're good.
And then they get to the point where, what if I have to go back to the Moldova? You must leave with me post haste, and your last name is Pothas post haste. Who will take care of you when you are bearing child in emergency room? Who will be there? No one. You must come with me now.
Yeah, and she's like, you think my sisters wouldn't come?
He's like, you don't think my dad would be there? There's I'm out in the street, like in a shopping cart, like what? So yeah. Like, I don't even believe this whole immigration thing's a thing.
I thought that it was a thing, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it is frustrating if they don't know the answer because then they don't know if it's a thing or not, right? So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's very clear that they love each other and he's been here and whatever, so I don't know how much faith I have in this whole him being deported thing. They might have gotten a letter from immigration and it probably said hey, Andre, we're gonna renew your license and or your green card in like 6 months or whatever. I get a letter from immigration and it's talking about green card, and I don't know if I will be here or not. See how easy this has been. That
Well, but they had a whole interview, and apparently Libby didn't know when they started dating and started making dumb jokes.
an interview that no one saw.
Well, they're not going to let you videotape an immigration. We've never seen a single interview.
So basically, we're just going off what Libby and Andre say from the interview. Because there are no cameras in there.
Yes, we do have to trust the narrative they have handed us.
Yes, we do. We do. So the Charlie's face so punchable. And still, I would love to see Charlie swing at him. I mean, Andre. I want to see these two bitches go down. I want to see it. Who else wants to see it in the chat? Like, who just wants to see Andre and Charlie just slug that shit out?
So a 1 if you want to see it, and a 2 if you don't?
1 if you want to see Andre and Charlie just go at it. Last man standing. I want it. 1 for me. 1. Can I even? Oh.
You can.
I can now. 1. That's my 1. Wouldn't that be like? And like, I feel like it'd be like this, like type of fight. Like, I don't
slap
know.
fight like last week. The way the
that's how I
sisters
see
were.
it, like, like that's how I see the. That's how I see the fight going down. Like, and then the sisters getting in the middle. No, don't hurt yourselves. Andre, his very punchable face. I just slapped the shit out of him until he dies. But like, that's how I see the fight happening. I want to see a brawl. I want Mills Lane to referee it. Let's get ready to rumble, like that guy. I want it to be in Vegas. I just want to see like just that.
Here, you do that. You do it once we can fight together. Here, you gotta go over here. There you go.
Like maybe like pull your hair a little bit. Like, I got your hair. That's how I see that fight happening. But I would like to see it either way. So yeah, are we good with them?
Yeah, Libby doesn't want to have the baby somewhere else. No surprise. Who would?
Yeah, so she wants to have it here. And like, listen, we watched, Emily give that horrendous. Watching Emily give birth in that palm. Emily and Sasha. Watching Emily give birth still haunts my dreams. Her birth scene in Russia.
Oh, bad boy! I had to figure out who we were talking about. Okay, I'm back.
Emily. I still have nightmares about that fucking birthing episode.
Are they back in Russia?
Yeah.
In the current climate?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. I know that she came back here. They had moved to Russia, I want to say maybe a year and a half ago, before the invasion. Mm-hmm. But they're there. I know she was just recently here. But I'm pretty sure she's back now. But yeah, Emily. And God, that has I wake up screaming from remembering Emily give birth. That her screaming, oh my God, my uterus is still broken from watching it. I don't know about you, but my uterus has never been the same after watching Emily give birth.
It may have prolapsed, so just jam it back in there.
Yeah, my uterus is prolapsed now. From what it just came out, and it's back in now.
Thank goodness.
So, and I learned that last night. So again, thanks to Maria, just always giving us information about things that
you maybe didn't want to know. Maybe you did.
Listen, nobody asked, right, Maria?
Nobody asked.
That's it. And that's a plug for Maria's channel. So if you're not following Maria's channel, it's Nobody Asks, starring Maria and her son, which they do great shows. I think what's Wednesday, you'll be live tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow at 5?
At 5, yep.
So everybody make sure you're subscribing to Maria and her son. They are really good together. All right.
We got fun. Okay, who are we going to do next?
Okay. Okay. Jovi.
Jovi, you want to do Jovi?
Yeah.
Jovi.
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 You're so selfish, Jovi. Good. I can continue with the Russian. So, there you go.
Here we go.
All right. So,
Jovi.
Jovi and Talmadge and Yara and Mila and the mom finally make it to Garmisch, Germany, where Yara is waiting to be reconnected with her friend Kiara. Is that it?
Karina.
Karina, close enough. Karina, and she hasn't seen Karina in 2.5 years. Karina had to flee Ukraine because of the war that was going on, and which was sad because you hear from Karina that 2 days after she left, her building got bombed. So like, Jesus, that's like severe.
Right.
I couldn't even imagine living. That was sad. And we also find out that Karina was the one that dropped Yara off at the airport when she's going to see Jovi, and Yara's like, I'll be back in 3 months, and it was like 2.5 years later. So they are friends, and they meet. It's by themselves at first, which is fine. And did I skip over something because I'm ready for the breakfast?
You're right. Oh, yeah. Well, Yara was just really excited to see her with her own eyes, to put her hands on her, like, you're alive, you're real. So it really meant a lot to be able to meet with her. And that, she has guilt. Yara has guilt and wants to stay longer, so I don't know how many
that.
Yeah.
I can see her having guilt. Like, I understand it. Like, usually I'm always on Jovi's side when it comes to them, but like, Yara has made some good points as of late that I have to acknowledge. At first I thought that her staying there would be bad because although Prague and the Czech Republic is safe, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Just because they're safe in Prague, no one saw. I'm a New Yorker. No one saw 9/11 happening. Like,
Yeah.
No one saw Pearl Harbor happening. There are always things that could just happen. So I was always kind of on Jovi's side, although you're in a war region, right? So I'm on Jovi's side, with him wanting to protect his family. Because that's his family. It's his wife and his daughter, and that's a big deal. Hi, Wicked. I get where Yara's coming from when Jovi's at work. He's not there, but Jovi also wants to make sure his family. Yes. And we're going to. And now, I'm sorry. It's so true. Like, I'm having an issue if Jovi has to go back to work. Like, they're going to leave Europe. They're only there for a few days. If Jovi has to go back just to go back to work on like the boat or whatever, where he's not going to see any of them, I don't have a problem with Yara staying.
Yeah.
I don't.
See, my problem is now that he's there, right? He's drinking beer. He's having fun. He's having
a good time. At breakfast. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, cheers. I'm just saying. And Jovi's like, listen, it's not 7 a.m. It's like 9:30. It's beer time.
Yeah. So if he's got time to have a beer for breakfast and to have fun while he is in these same places where he's afraid for Yara to be, then to me, his fear isn't really about her safety. He's afraid she won't come back. That's what he's afraid of.
Yara did also get an Aperol Spritz. She was like, well, if you're getting beer, I'm going to get myself an Aperol Spritz. You get it, girl. That's a brunch drink. An Aperol Spritz is a good brunch drink, right? It's a Bloody Mary. So I think it is kind of like a little selfish of him for.
I'm just saying I don't believe his motives anymore. I did before they got there, but now that they're there, I just feel like this is about control, and this is about he's afraid she won't come back. I don't know.
But I get that too, like, because I think I'd be kind of afraid of her next one.
I get it. I get it, but that's not what he's saying to her. Say what the issue really is. Yeah, it's hard. You're not going to want to do that in front of mom and in front of Talmadge, but have the real conversation. I just need to know that you're still committed to this relationship and that you're not so homesick that you're just going to throw me away.
But in Jovi's defense, I will say this, that like everyone attached to Yara hates Jovi. Like Symphony and Adele, look what they said about him. He's like a 4. Like, you're so much better than him. Drop him. So those are her American friends. And then she's over there, like, with her mom and Karina. And like they all want her to be away from Jovi too. And like, so I kind of feel bad for Jovi because like everyone around Yara doesn't want her to be with him. Even Jovi's mom.
Then maybe he should try to rise to the occasion and not come off like a douchebag all the time. Like, I get that he loves his family, but when he's out in public, he does seem like he acts like a ding dong. He needs a drink everywhere he's going. He's just like, let's party, let's have fun. It's too much. It's too much.
But like as a guy, he
ordered 2 beers at breakfast, not just one. He ordered 2. I thought one was for Talmadge. It wasn't. He was double fisting those.
Good old Talmadge.
Oh.
Have you been to NOLA? Yes, once. I was in New Orleans when I was 18, when that was like the drinking age legally. My friend went to Tulane. I talked about this before. I got kicked out of the Catch Me Out, which was the same club that Angela was just in like a couple of weeks back.
Oh.
For like, for getting to a fight over a girl that, that's so that was me in New Orleans a million years, 1997. It was like right after I graduated, September. Yeah. My friend went to Tulane and I went there to go see her at college. And so I've been there, but it was a long time ago.
Look, I drew this pumpkin here and it says Yara in a pumpkin because that's what I feel like Jovi's trying to do. He wants to jam her into a pumpkin so she can't get out. He's trying to.
I don't know. I think he's being like super protective because like, I think he's worried about losing her. And like everyone around him is saying he's crap. Leave him.
Listen, I don't think he's crap. I think he's getting better. I
don't think he's crap at all. I mean, the stuff he says, like, here and like, yeah, it's, but like, it has to be hard for him to like have everyone.
It is, and he's doing much better than he was last season, but he still has a way to go, and trying to control Yara is not the move. Don't try to control her. She's going to come back to you willingly if you're just open and honest and not ridiculous and give her the room to do what she needs to do. I mean, did you see what they showed us for next week, what his brilliant idea is?
Oh, the worst plan in the world. Like when a marriage is failing, hey, let's have another kid. Yeah.
So that's a way to trap a woman. That's a baby trap. He's trying to trap her. Don't trap women.
No, and like Mila's still young enough. Like she's like what, 2? It's not like she's like 15. It's hard. Like Jovi played it stupidly, just like Janelle played it stupidly, but buying the 5th wheel. And let's be honest. Listen, they took gambles. And it didn't work. And like I think Jovi would have went a lot further if he had just told Yara, fine, if stay here with your mom, and the mom's crying and saying, please, Jovi, like
Jovi, please.
I would have broken at that point. I said, fine, yeah, sure, she could stay. Like, and she hasn't seen her mother,
in 2.5 years. Yeah.
He was being selfish in that, if they were going home where like he would like work 9 to 5, like in an office and like but he's going home to work on a boat where he won't see her for a month.
Yeah.
So why can't Yara be there in Europe with her mom and her friends? Not in like, Ukraine, but like where it's safe.
Yeah, not in Ukraine.
But again, there's always a thought of like, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm split, down the middle.
That's always true. That's always true. That's true in Louisiana as well. There's a moth flying around in here. Distracted. All right. We just skipped around a little bit. Do we need to cover breakfast a little bit better? Let's see. What did we miss?
I think we got it.
We got it enough. I did like you have Talmadge trying to take up for Jovi, and then you have Karina.
Where it's like, well, you live in Germany. Like, if it happens here, you'll take care of us, Talmadge. And Talmadge is like, first off, my name is T. B, like that's like, the dad's duty, not mine. Because she put him in a bad spot. Well, Talmadge, your best friend Talmadge is here.
Yeah.
He can take care of us in case anything happens.
What a great best friend that isn't willing to help your wife out if things go sideways. That's his problem, not my problem. Come on.
But Talmadge, I think, was trying to, help.
He
Joe
was,
out,
but it wasn't a great way to do it.
And Yara's been very like mean to him. Not mean, but like, she hasn't been like the most welcoming of him and them being in the car and like,
I wouldn't either. He gives me creep vibes. So
well, he's friends with Jovi. So what else we got from the breakfast scene?
Well, Karina's asked, like, what is he so afraid of? Does he think that you're going to go run away from him? And Yara's like, I wouldn't run away from him. If I would tell him I was going to leave. And I believe that of Yara, that she would shoot straight and say, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. She wouldn't create this ruse. I don't think. She's been pretty straight about a lot of stuff.
But I don't know. Like, I would be annoyed if she was like talking to like the friend, and they're talking in Russian when she could speak English, and they're going back and forth. And, I don't know if it's Russian or Ukrainian. Are those two different languages?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So, but like, it's like, Spanish and Italian, like they're different, but like they're kind of like the same, it's kind of thing.
Maybe.
It would suck for like him to be like, what are they saying? No. Side note, I was just told they're buying a house together.
Okay.
This is to Karina and Josh, not Talmadge and Yara. No. Karina and so I was told that they're buying a house together. So
this is a lot of news. What?
I probably should have split this live into two, but I don't have the time. I should have did breaking news and the recap, but yeah. Last I heard that Josh and Karina are buying a house together. So
okay, but he's the kind of person that likes to glom onto reality stars.
Yeah.
Karina has no money. So is Josh buying this house?
And she's fired from TLC and will never be on the show again. So,
It doesn't make a lot of sense. But okay. I hope they do buy a house. I hope he does something.
I hope they do myself. I really do hope they buy a house together with a white picket fence and a big giant walk-in closet. And then they can live happily ever after, because this man hops from reality star to reality star to reality star. He was in Sammy Sweethearts from Jersey Shore, Yolanda. I mean, like, and listen, God, if you're on TV for 5 minutes, like, reach out to him. I'm sure. He
was on The Bachelorette. He was on another show too, another dating show. He's been on a lot of.
He was voted off first on The Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm. There was another more obscure.
I think it was Caitlin's season. I don't watch Bachelor or Bachelor. I tried once, and no. Juan Carlos' season. I tried watching The Bachelor. I'm like, oh, he's hot, and it was just horrendous. I'm like, no, I'm good with The Bachelor. I'm good. So. Although I love Melissa Rycroft. I love her.
I don't think I watched her season. I definitely watched her on Dancing with the Stars, though. I can't get on board with The Bachelor.
No, she was on The Bachelor. She came in like second.
Yeah.
I don't think she was like the Bachelorette though.
Okay, listen. Here's my problem with The Bachelor. You didn't ask this question, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This is my problem with The Bachelor. You don't give men options. Don't give them options because then they're always looking for something better all the time. That's the problem with letting a man be in control of that scenario and then handing him a bunch of women that are fighting for his attention. No, doesn't work. Those men rarely get married on that show because, again, they're always looking for something better because that's what's been promised to them all along the way. They now have big heads about it and they aren't really paying attention to the woman in front of them. It works much better when it's a bachelorette choosing between men because she will bother to do the work to get to know the men. That is my opinion. Men should never be in charge of that. Too many options, not good.
Yes.
I'm just saying, they will never commit when they think there's something better around the corner.
Yes. Shit. Hold on. I'm gonna break one of my rules. Hold on.
Your rules?
I know.
What's happening?
But honestly, like with all this hot tea I'm spreading tonight, like I just have to have a cigarette, and I don't like to smoke on lives, but I need one. So let's keep going. Are we done with Jovi and Yara?
Yeah, let's be done with them.
Are you sure? No, if there's more,
No, I think we are. I think we don't need to beat it up. We have, what the heck does this say? Oh, Mike and Angela.
They're last.
Okay. We did that one already. We have Ed and Liz.
Well, we did Ed and Liz, didn't we?
No.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, they're pretty quick.
Shit. Okay, let's do Ed and Liz. All right. So Ed and Liz, she's in Arkansas, and last week's episode they had the second engagement party.
No,
right?
this is the party.
This is the second engagement party. Like they had, they already had the first one, which went to shit.
Right.
With the ring in the bush and all that stuff and lesbianism, all that stuff. So they're in Arkansas for like the second go at it with Ed's family. Liz is very worried that they'll get to the party and then Ed will forget she's there. And Ed is saying, I promise you will never be off my arm. And they get there, and what happens?
Well, Ed immediately abandons her to go and hug every male person in the room, and then the men and women just separate. And Liz is just left there going, okay.
What I found was odd. Like, Ed comes from some money, huh? He's like, oh, my family's done well in the real estate game, and we're renting a castle for like this. I'm like, oh, Ed's family's got some coin.
All right. I clearly wasn't paying that much attention.
You weren't, because like we rented a castle.
We were at a castle? I was watching a castle?
They were in a castle.
I just thought somebody had a nice big house.
It looked castle-esque. And he's like, my family's done really well in Arkansas. Yes, right? Who'd ever think there'd be a castle in Arkansas? Like where I live in Long Island, Ohika Castle is like a real thing. We have like a real like legit castle. I think it's like the second biggest residence in the country, Ohika Castle in Huntington. But yeah, they have a castle in Arkansas, and Ed's family, who's well-to-do from realty, rented, I guess, Arkansas's only castle. Like, I don't know.
For an engagement party, it just seems excessive.
But they wanted to do it right. So,
right.
She gets there, and Liz tells like the girls that she's in no rush for the wedding because obviously the mom is a big deal, and which is good, right? Like you don't want to get married until the mom is on board, because I could see that, it'll be a regret, and I understand that.
Yeah, I liked the complete way Liz approached this whole entire thing. She came off as honest, but also understanding what the issues are. Ed will regret, if we got married and his mom wasn't there and wasn't okay with it. So I don't think we're getting married anytime soon, basically.
It's nice, Ohika, isn't it, Susie B? Are you from the island, Susie? Castle in Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that. There was a spinoff show, Jackson Brittany. So yeah, she was doing great. Ed was with the boys. And it's like another like Debbie and Colt situation. Like I didn't know like it was like that deep. You know,
I
I didn't
didn't
know
either. Yeah, I mean, I thought they were, he took care of his mom. I didn't realize that they had lived together for like decades, it sounded like.
for a long. Ohika Castle is stunning. I could vouch for that, and probably so can Susie. It's very very nice. But I've not been to the Arkansas Castle. Is it the White Castle?
Is it the White Castle?
With their sliders? I'm sorry, no, John, that is the limit. So the next scene, it was a good night. Like Liz was unhappy that he's separated from her, but in the grand scheme of things, in Liz's eyes, there was no fighting, because people should fight and hate each other at their own engagement parties. So yes, a plus. There was no fighting, there was no screaming. It worked out. So Liz is happy with it despite being left alone. So okay. So the next day they are,
Oh wait, we got to do a little bit more of this one.
Oh, okay, good.
To me, there was an important part here. So we see Ed goes off with his brothers and stuff, and they start talking about Ed's mom. And one brother was like, she has never said anything bad about Liz. If anything, she said that she's a great girl. And you could see how that changed how Ed felt. She's like, you could see him go, oh, I didn't know that. And that might make all of this work. This all might, maybe I can reconcile with my mom, because he needs to get everything okay with his mom and Tiffany. Because right now, the whole Arkansas family embraced them. So the door's open. Maybe.
Yeah. And but the daughter, I don't know. We'll see.
The daughter might be harder.
I need to know what was said between Ed to his family after their last. I know what Liz said when I interviewed her last year. Liz was like, "Let's get Ed off TLC." She was not happy.
But was that just anger talking, or did she think he really needed to be off of TLC?
And the fact that we're talking about two people from San Diego on an international dating fucking show still irks me.
Next year it could be Veronica and Jamal that we're talking about.
And listen, I'm sure they're probably filming right now. I bet you they are. I bet you they are.
Ooh.
I bet you that we'll see them either on Before or Somewhere or The Single Life. I'm sure there are cameras following them, and good for them. So are we good? Can we get to the part where your vagina?
Yes. The next day, it's the last day in Arkansas. Ed wants to show Liz that this is how we have fun in Arkansas. So they get on a 4-wheeler. And first Ed's driving, do, like a little old man. Oh, a puddle. Oh no, we're gonna tip over. And then, they swap positions, and Liz starts driving, and she's like,
she's like, let's open this bitch up, honey. So
I mean, grinning ear to ear, right? She is just having the time of her life. Ed's like, ah!
Ed's like, I want to show her, we're country, to me, it looked like Ed had never been on a 4-wheeler in his life ever prior to that scene. These are my roots. As long as you're going 2 miles an hour, and adhering to local forest rules, we're fine. So, and it reminded me, I had never been on a 4-wheeler up until last summer, when we were at Angela's house, and Skyla, they had 4-wheelers, and I'd never, ever been on, I'm from the city, so, we don't have that. So I'd never been on one before, and, I got, she's like, you want to drive first? I'm like, no. and I got in there and she's like, "Buckle up, motherfucker!" And she was like, I was like this. I'm like, "You're gonna kill us!" It was like crazy. She was like, "Zoom!" Like I was like, I could. I was like so fast.
Did
And, like,
Skylar call you a vagina though?
She did. I'll give that to Skylar. She did not call me a vagina. And there's dirt. Angela, where she lived, there's dirt roads. So like, there's rocks picking up and shit like that. Like, but it was great. I had so much fun. And it's on my TikTok, I think, if you want to see it.
It is. I've definitely seen it. Yeah.
And then like, she's like, "Hey, why don't you drive?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Come on." And then I was like, just zooms. I couldn't go fast enough, man. It was so much goddamn fun. So I can be like empathetic because like, the first time when Skylar put me in there and she was like, "Buckle up." And it's a lot at first when you've never been on one, but I enjoyed it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Just like when I went to Beth's house, Danielle and Beth and we were in Ohio. It was like December. There was like 4 feet of snow, and Beth has a snowblower, not a snowblower. What's it called? A snowmobile. If you want to see Jesus, shut up, Cody. It's a snowmobile. Yes, I said snowblower. Okay. If you ever want to see Jesus. Cody was there. Come on. All right, come. Yeah, go ahead.
A snowblower.
Yeah, go.
Joan.
Go.
Joan.
You wouldn't even get on it, Cody, you pussy.
I did go on it
No,
with
you
Catherine. Yes, I
No,
did.
you did not go on it.
Yes, I did.
No, you did it. No, you did not go on it. You're like, I'm not
Yes,
going to
I
go on
did.
this death trap.
Yes, I did.
It was fun. And like
It was fun.
The snowmobile.
But if they were going around your car like they were mine, you would have a different outlook.
So much faster than the goddamn four-wheeler. Because the snowmobile.
Lawnmower.
And like you're on snow and ice. Like,
Yeah.
like in trees and woods. Like it was way more scarier.
Yeah,
like,
and you don't necessarily know what's under that snow either. So
and again, I had a blast. I have the video somewhere, but it was pitch black, so you couldn't see us. But God, it was exhilarating and scary and fun all at the same time. Dion says hi.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, John. How was that snowblower?
It was great.
Really?
We shoveled snow, and people had walkways.
Oh, that's what you did.
Find. But no, the snow by Beth's was like it was like a good 2 feet, and like they were like, "Let's go," and I'm like, I've always wanted to do this. And
I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, it's cold. Let's stay inside. And they're like, no, this is time to have fun. I'm like, oh, good Lord.
I never I'm from New York City. I never been camping.
Like, you hit my car. I
never went on a 4-wheeler. I never went on a snowmobile.
I mean, New York is a big state. They do have all of that stuff in the actual state.
It is a big state, but like when you live in New York, it's 2 different states. Upstate New York is a completely different state than like downstate. Like Long Island, Manhattan, the 5 boroughs, Westchester is a completely different state than like all of upstate New York. Like,
so the suburbs
it's two different places.
But up there in the north.
I'm just saying it wouldn't take you very long to have gotten somewhere that you could do that.
And I enjoyed it.
Well, that's good.
I gotta find a video of the snow blower. No, the snowmobile.
The snowblower. I tell you something.
Ed didn't want his Lulus getting. What was it?
He did say Lulus. I don't know what his Lulus are.
His balls, I think, or his Lulus. I would think.
Oh, I thought they were some kind of fancy shoe.
Oh, I took it as balls. Like I thought, that's my thumbnail. Actually, it's got the Lulus in it. So. Oh, good night, Wicked. Thank you so much, honey. So yeah. What else we got?
We got next people. Let's see. We finished them. It wasn't that complicated. Submit and Jenny.
Is it? Is it Submit and then Angela? Is that the last two we have left?
Let's
right?
make sure. Let's make sure.
I want to do Angela last. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh my god, I cut my feet off.
Yeah. Ooh, I took a lot of notes on that section. Okay. Do.
Look,
So
look at my top of my notes. 90-day vagina. Look. Right there. Oh, and by the way, the title, if you haven't guessed it, for our live was from Liz on the four-wheeler, and she goes, "You're such a vagina." So that's our title. So there you go. And then when we added the breaking news to it, was like breaking news and you're a vagina. So submit and Jenny. See, I can be Bollywood. So they're at a Bollywood dance class with Jenny's daughter and her wife. And Jenny's like, listen, I have rhythm. And Jenny was like, she kept up better than I thought she would have.
Yeah. Yeah, she can dance. Yeah, she does it. There's some TikToks with her and her daughter too. And she can.
She had some rhythm. I'm not going to take it away from Jenny. She had it. Of course.
She didn't have shoulder pain that day.
Submit's like, listen, I'm self-taught. I'm a dancer. I watch movies with my friends and we copy them. And he's like, but I find out at this ripe old age of 33, I don't have it in me anymore. How do you say that when your wife is 64? Yeah. Like, how do you say that?
Yeah. And he's got to give her, he's like, yeah, she's got rhythm, but she needs to use the upper half of her body.
It's like in Dancing with the Stars with the Roomba. It's the arms. It's like this and then that. And you get, it's,
all the way to the fingertips. All the way to the fingertips.
And then I got stuck in the Dancing with the Stars wormhole because it reminded me like the Bollywood episode from the All Stars with Jills, Mariti, and Peta. It's a great dance. But it was good. So they go back to the house and he has to work and see parents. What do I write? Submit, self-taught. He has to work and see parents, wants to keep trying.
Okay, I'll help you. So he took the day off of work to go to the Bollywood thing, and they're like, hey, so do you really have to work tomorrow? He's like, yes, I do have to work. But I also have to go see my parents.
Yes.
And then Jen.
That's what I tried to write down, and it didn't read that way. Go ahead, keep going.
And then Jen, who is Christine's wife, she's like, well, maybe it would be a good idea if we all go and meet your parents. And Smith's like, the terms are not so good with my family. And Jenny was like, let's just all go together and see what happens.
No, Jenny wanted the reinforcements. And like, listen, if I was Jenny, I would want it too. Honestly, she's been berated and dismissed and everything by the parents. So like, Jenny's like, I got a fucking arsenal now. Like, I got a team. Like, it's not going to go down this way.
Absolutely. Yep. She had backup. She was ready to do it. Submit's like, well, I'm just worried about how these conversations are going to go. They're hard conversations, And Christine's like, listen, we're not here to disrespect your family or your culture. We're just not going to let anybody berate our mom, and I need to see that, because they love Submit, it looks like, but, they want to make sure that Submit is protecting their mom, making sure she's taken care of.
Right.
So they want to go see it in person and see how this is going to go.
I like one raised eyebrow. Nope. For my hat. And I'm like, huh.
I've been watching everybody's eyebrows lately because of Sister Wives. And now I'm like, is everybody's eyebrow one higher than the other?
Well, no, it's because my hat's like pulling my skin up. So I'm like,
okay.
I kind of like it. So yeah. And the next day, the next scene, there's a million dishes, and we know Jenny does not like to clean. She's like,
Submit cooked dinner and then just trash the kitchen for her. I mean, that was pretty bad in there.
And look, there was like a bar mitzvah in the kitchen. There's like 8 million plates. Like, it was like crazy. And Jenny's like, really? Now I gotta clean all this shit. And Submit's like, I gotta go to work. Bye. Love you. Do they have maids in India? Is that a thing, or is like
They
disrespectful?
do. Submit's mom has a maid.
So like, why can't Jenny get a maid?
I don't know. I'm guessing they don't make enough money on Jenny's pension. So. Also, Submit seems to like to force Jenny to do hard work just because he thinks she needs to.
Well, that he wants her to learn the fundamentals of like, you have to clean the house and cook for me. And
Yeah, but she's retired. She already did for years.
She didn't trash that kitchen, Why does she have to clean it up?
But they ate the food off the plates. But anyway, so
I guess.
Then Jenny pulls a fast one and calls the immigration attorney. Jenny's got balls. Jenny getting ballsy.
She does have balls.
And like trying to get Submit over here. Sorry, Cody gave me a big block of cheese to eat, which is delicious. What is this?
Dijon.
Dijon and what?
Dijon and garlic.
It's delicious. So she's talking to the immigration guy. And she says she does it behind his back because he might be upset with her if he finds out that she's trying to take him away, because he never wants to live in America ever.
No,
So
he's got to be close to his parents at all times, even if they don't want to be close to him.
So the immigration attorney tells her that there is a 2-year wait because of the backlog. And then he says, let me ask you a couple of questions.
That was a great question.
Because let me ask you a couple of questions, honey. And he goes, first off, are you a spinster?
Bitter.
A spinster.
Oh, I thought you said a spinner.
And then Jenny was like trying so hard to not know what spinster meant. Jenny, like, everybody knows what a spinster is, okay? Like,
yeah, it's definitely an antiquated word, though, to say, are you a spinster?
Are you a trollop? You old charlatan? Like, yeah, it is antiquated. It's words that like you don't hear anymore. Like, because I was raised like, by my grandparents. When I hear it, I'm like, oh god, they called her a spinster. Like, that's old school fucking jabbery right there.
But he said it like that's the way you would fill out the paperwork: divorced, single,
check the box.
spinster.
Spinster. Married, spinster, divorced, widowed, like, spinster. Oh my, he said spinster. I could not stop laughing. It was the first thing out of his mouth. A spinster. So he goes, are you a spinster? Are you married, a single? Are you divorced? A widowed, separated, whatever. And Jenny's like, well, no, I'm divorced. I've been divorced for 25 years. I'm not quite sure what the spinster thing means. And he's like, oh, that's an old woman who's never been married. Everybody, if I know what a spinster is, there's no way that Jenny does not know what that term.
Listen,
it's not a nice term to be called at all.
But if somebody had asked you if you were a spinster, wouldn't you then have a follow-up question as well? So I'm not even mad at her for going, what's a spinster? I would have been like, did you just ask if I was a spinster?
Like, am I the old lady that lived in the shoe? Like, is that what I am? Like, is that
you wouldn't let it fly. You would have a follow-up question.
Like, spinster. I don't even know what the male equivalent of spinster would be. Like a bachelor? Like, I don't what would it be?
That doesn't sound as bad, does it? Yeah.
No, bachelor. It doesn't. Like, I don't even know what you would call what the male equivalent of spinster would be, honestly.
In the chat, if you guys can think of a good one, let us know.
Yeah, if you know. Well, guys, if you know what the male equivalent of a male spinster would be, please let me know so I can start saying it every day and get it in my vocabulary, because I need to know what that word is.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that we know what a spinster is, right, T? I'm just saying, like, he had the balls. Like, are you a spinster? Like the first question.
I mean,
Like, are
she's
you?
talking to an immigration attorney about having her husband come over. Oh, he asked if he was a spinster. She was a spinster in America. Okay, because I'm like, why are you asking?
Wait,
Obviously,
that's
he's
not me.
married. Wait. Oh,
Did you type that in as me?
no, I didn't. Do you know what a spinster is? Oh,
No, this isn't me. I didn't type that.
Oh, you know what it is? It's Addie. Look at. She put in a
Okay.
quiz. She put
I'm
in a
like,
quiz.
that's not me. I didn't type that.
She put in a quiz. Do you know what a spinster is? Well, we've told you, but did you know before the quiz? Important question.
I'm like, wait, huh? I'm like, no, that wasn't me. I didn't type. Okay, so, yeah, okay, now, okay, good. So closest is Bachelor, so I was right. There's nothing wrong with being a bachelor, though. Like, hello, The Bachelor. It's a show about being single. Like, they don't have the spinster.
But if
They
you're
don't
a
have they
perpetual
have the
bachelor,
Bachelor and the Bachelorette. They don't have the Bachelor and the spinster. Maybe. Oh my God! Trademark, copyright right now. I'm going to start my own reality show called The Spinster. And it's my rights right now. It's I'm waiting for my trademark and my patent on it, and it's going to be my show. It's going to be called The Spinster, and you're going to love it. So there you go.
how do I do this? How do I send this to myself? Shit. Ooh, excuse my language.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Oh man. So thank you, MTT, for what you sent me. I don't know how to download it. Frowny face. More. Let's see. More. Ooh, save. I found it. Okay. We're gonna just have a little momentary what's the word? Station break. I'm gonna try to do some stuff while John is away. So you guys can get your drinks, or you can take a quick pee if that's something that you need, or you can watch me struggle with my phone. All options are open. Do 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 do. I'm gonna do StreamYard here from my phone. I'm gonna open 30 StreamYards. StreamYard.
Sorry. I'm
That's
back.
okay. I'm trying to do something.
Okay, so where are we at?
Spinster.
All right, so yeah, so then the guy asks about like the ages, and she's like, I'm 64, he's 33, and that raised an eyebrow like I have right now. And then, Jenny's like, well, they're not gonna, like the guy wouldn't, contact the family to ask, would he? And like I didn't know, like, his parents could like put a complaint in against this marriage. Like, you go, India. Like, if you're like, if there's anybody here that wants to object to the wedding, not only do they have an objection, they have it like where like they can like make a police report saying, I do not approve of this marriage. Do I need to bring that up, Maria?
No, don't do anything.
I don't know what Maria's doing backstage. I don't know. But yeah, I told you it's going to be a long live, a lot to unpack here. So, Jenny's worried, which she should be.
Oh.
Usman. Sumit doesn't even want to go to America. Like, I feel like this is a Janelle Brown fifth wheel type of situation.
It is absolutely. It is.
I feel you're rolling the dice and you're taking a risk on something that like it will either really pay off or really work against your favor.
Yeah.
So, I think Jenny, she's really pushing the envelope with the family, and now she wants him to come home, well, to her home in America. I don't know. I'm like
very distracted.
You are very distracted. It's fine. I'll continue. And what was I gonna say? Shit. Now I'm distracted because you're distracted, and I didn't know what to say.
Okay, yeah, you were saying she's like.
I keep thinking about Angela in her gymnast bikini.
Wait, what? Oh wait, are we already there?
No.
Okay, I'm like that was fast.
Wow, you're really distracted.
I'm like, wait, I could have sworn you just said it's like Janelle in the fifth wheel, and I thought we were talking about cement still.
Yeah, no. Jenny doing this behind Cement's back is a bad move. You know, he doesn't want to even come here. He loves his family. I don't see this working out well for either of them. You know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she wants to go home, and he's trying. He wants to stay with his parents. It's like neither one of them is ever going to be perfectly happy with the scenario. But I can't blame her for trying to push another option on him to at least try. If she's never going to be accepted. But I feel like she knew what she was getting into.
And he's just starting his business with his friend with their like to-go restaurant.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Chaos. I'm going to put my phone down. I can't make it happen.
What are you trying to show?
Well,
I see the third window back now. Now I can see things again. So what is the third window?
Okay. MTT made a breaking news thing, right? When I was trying to upload the breaking news thing into your brand, but then it said it had to be an MP4 format and it didn't save it as an MP4. So then I needed to convert it to an MP4, but then my MP4 converter starts playing weird ads and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. We'll wait. Well, next episode we'll do the breaking news thing. Although it really would have come in handy, you know, tonight, MTT.
She has no idea that I had my phone muted, and I have no idea what's happening anywhere other than right here. So.
I had some real legit breaking news tonight. So that's cool. I'm back in the breaking news game. Felt good. Like, you know, it's been a while since I like exposed something like big.
Yeah. Oh, you could tell you were feeling it because you were like buzzing around the room.
It's been a bit.
Launching Scentsy wax cubes into the air.
I was. It's like, well, you were backstage with me like before the live started, and like I was like, I got some really good fucking news, and like, you know, I'm just waiting for the confirm, and I couldn't even. I'm like, this is like good shit. So yeah, and yeah. That's why this live is just so much fun, and it's like. And I can't wait to post my picture afterwards. Jenny is already back in the States without Submit.
Yeah, to me, it looked like it was a vacation to visit her family, but I don't know.
According to like Microsoft Word, according to Word reference, the opposite of spinster is confirmed bachelor. Well, listen, I'd rather be a bachelor than a spinster.
Oh, but a confirmed bachelor. You're confirmed. You're never going to get married. You're possibly a gay man.
Still sounds better than a spinster. Like, I'm sorry.
It does. It does.
You know, and Jenny's not a spinster. So is her marriage like legal in the States to submit?
I think if she submits the paperwork with whatever documentation she has, yes. If she doesn't submit the paperwork, nobody in America cares.
Like baby girl Lisa and Usman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cody's like cooking up garlic and basil and tomato. What are you making? Smells really good in here. All right. So good. Angela and Michael.
I made turkey soup.
It's very Italian in here at the moment. I can say that. Angela, and Michael, are we good?
Yes. Oh, we're good with them. We finished them too while I was distracted.
No. Maybe I don't know. It's very Italian smelling right here. Like, ugh. And then it's got a whiff of the basil. Basil is like my favorite, like, smell, like with seasonings. Like, it just, like, they should make a cologne called basil. Also, I'm making that cologne, trademark John Yates, along with my new Spinster reality show. So I have my cologne line working out and my own reality TV show program. And don't steal that from me because you heard it here first. So, all right, Angela, listen.
Doggy paddle, doggy paddle.
Mike with his swimming lessons. They spoke to the counselor last week about trying to make their marriage better, and Angela was forthcoming at the session and telling Usman about her relationship with Billy. I hate cilantro. No, I'm a basil guy, not cilantro. I don't like cilantro at all. Go ahead. Sorry, Maria.
Oh, I don't know. All I said was yes.
Okay. So Michael, after hearing that, wants to wine and dine Angela, right? Because he felt that it was his fault that she connected with another man because he wasn't there for her, which I thought was very admirable of him to say.
I mean, it's interesting that he finally came to that insight. She's literally been screaming at it for months, but
and I thought, Michael, he was I never seen Michael in all the years we've been watching him be so insightful as he was this episode. He was on fucking point. Usually Michael is comes off as kind of a goof a little bit, right? It's just he's but tonight he said all the right things. His questions were very well directed. His intentions were good
and clear.
I was where have you been the last 5 years, Michael? And I really think if he was like that with Angela from the beginning, none of this would be this wouldn't be happening. Right? I never knows I love Angela and she's family and whatever, but I don't think any of this shit would have happened if he was this forthcoming. Cause he I've been waiting for this episode for 5 years, 2018, when did they start? And I've never seen Michael make so much sense before, ever.
He did make sense, but to me, it felt like he realized he finally had something to lose, right? Up until then, he's like, oh, I can make an excuse and she'll come back to me. And now it was like, oh, wait, there's another dude that she actually had a crush on. Uh-oh. I guess I better actually.
And we've never seen Michael try to make a nice night for Angela, a nice date, with the champagne and the jewelry and the have we ever I can't remember not one fucking time that he's ever done anything even close to that for Angela.
But it was all a little bit weird though, because they were in their bathing suits the whole time. So.
Listen, high five to Angela's Team USA bathing suit, swimming out there Carrie Shrugs, just getting up there. I loved her bikini. It's not a bikini, it's her one piece. I loved her bathing suit. She was having fun, and it was nice seeing Angela being a little girl, kind of
she was softer. She was softer.
Yeah, being in the pool, doing the handstands and stuff like that. It was nice to see Angela that way, just having fun and letting go and whatever.
Yeah.
No,
it was, but it doesn't. It can only last for so long.
And I enjoyed her that bathing suit. I'm look at Angela on Team USA. I just loved her bathing suit. Was I loved it.
Yeah, but even she said this was the best experience she's had with Michael at all. Right, this is the happiest she's been with him. Was during this, this little date that they were having in 4 years, and then he gave her a little bracelet.
Yeah, jewelry, roses, champagne. Hey. I'm getting hot and bothered over it. It was a good night, but we've never seen this happen before. So, and then Angela's she had all the work done, right? With the sleeve and her surgeries, and she's very different now. And she's I would never in a million years ever thought I would be wearing a bathing suit like this, and and I feel sexy and confident. It was great for both of them until it got ruined. But for those 5 minutes, it was fucking amazing. Like, it was so nice seeing them so happy together.
It was. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he gives her the bracelet, he's like, so he brings up the thing that he wants to talk about, which is, it would make me happy if you didn't go to Canada. That was the way he said it, which was a nice way to say it. But he's like, I know you have a good heart, but you want to stay there.
Dion, since you sent me so much Sensei, you're automatically cast on my Spencer show. There you go. There you are. You're that's it. That goes. So go ahead, Maria. Sorry.
Yeah, like she knows or he knows that Angela's not just going to go there to just have a casual visit. She wants to help Billy, do whatever it takes and do things for him, and that makes Michael uncomfortable because that's his wife.
And for people who don't understand why the kidney thing is so important to Angela, I will say this. Obviously Angela has 2 daughters, Scotty and Skyla. And Scotty is going through liver failure right now. I know people have a certain opinion. And if someone says one bad thing about her, block. But, there's a reason why Angela is so invested in Billy because of his kidney disease. And Scotty is really in the same boat that Billy is. With going to dialysis 5 times a week and and I sat there with Scotty. When that last time we went down there, it was because Scotty was not doing well. And, but so there's a reason why, Angela feels a certain way about Billy, and not in a romantic way or nothing like that, but kidney disease, is close to Angela's heart because of what's happening with Scotty. So I know people watching this are like, well, Angela's saying, well, he's got kidney disease and, that's, important to me and I want to help him. It's because Scotty is battling it right now. And, Scotty, obviously because of what happened in the past or whatever, she's never mentioned on the show, but she was on the show. And, I love her. I love Scotty. She's, there's always more to a story than anybody knows, right? But for Angela, I completely understood her wanting to help Billy because Billy is really in the same boat that Scotty's in, and it breaks Angela's heart to be in that position as your own daughter and a friend, so that. Yeah. I may have just overspoke right now, but there's a reason why Angela feels like that. And it's something she's dealing with her own daughters. And she, if Angela can get to Canada, because Angela knows a lot about this stuff now because of what's been going on with Scotty. If Angela can get to Canada and maybe get there and help him in whatever way she can, or I don't know, maybe talk to one of his doctors. I don't know. But I don't see Angela going to see Billy as her trying to sell her wild oats or whatever.
There's nothing romantic about it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing romantic about it. It's she has a good friendship with this man. And she said, he was, Michael, you brought me nothing but misery for a while. And and Billy brought me smiles. Mm-hmm. So if I can go to Canada and repay this man with smiles, like he helped me, you shouldn't stand in my way. And I understand people saying also well, Angela made him delete the Instagram account because he was talking to other women. So how's it going to look when Angela's, flying to a different country to meet another man? All very, well, they're all good points. They're valid, cogent points. Why does Angela get to, meet other men in different countries, and why can't Michael have an Instagram account? And this is why I don't usually like talking about Angela, because there's a lot going on, but
Yeah.
I go ahead, please talk. Take it off me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she kind of framed it differently, at least on the show. She was talking about, the last time she was in Nigeria when she got married, she had to leave early because her mother was sick. And, she has some guilt of not being there as much as she should have been there right in the end for her mom. And so, she's going to do whatever it takes to help Billy out, and it's the small things she's talking about, cooking his meals and cleaning his house and, just making sure he can focus on staying healthy.
Hey,
Which
Mara,
is
you're
great.
feeling better. Yeah. So,
So Michael,
and
Michael then goes,
if I were Michael, I would not want her to go to Canada either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I think that's fair.
yeah,
I like if it were Cody going overseas to see somebody, like another man, like I would not be for it. So I get Michael's point. I get
do.
Angela's point. It's hard.
It's hard, right? And Michael's like, but there's other ways you can show support for him, right? You don't have to be there taking care of him to show support. There's other things you can do. And she kind of just doubles down. She's like, this man's fighting for his life. This is a very good person. And let's just call him. That's where she's at. She's like, let's just call him. You talk to him, you'll understand, kind of was what it was like. And that got weird.
Really weird, really fast.
Yeah.
So, and I thought that was good of Angela to let's rip the Band-Aid off, like she said, and let's get this over with. Like, if you think there's something going on, let's address it right now, which is a good move. Instead of speculating or waiting, let's do it. Which I probably would have done the same thing if I were her. I would have, let's talk to him then together. And it didn't go how Angela wanted it to go.
I mean, literally, she was embarrassed every 5 seconds during this conversation.
Well, maybe she should have told Michael that she had a little crush on the guy, especially before she tells him that she's going to go travel to meet him. I probably would have omitted that, I would have said, listen, he's sick, and, my situation with Scotty, and if I can go there and make him feel better, I would. That's probably how I would have worded it. I wouldn't have told him hey, I have a crush on him. We do TikToks together and he's fun. So I get that. And I get Michael's apprehension about it. But yeah, so they call him up and Angela's talking to him. And then Angela's like, by the way, Michael's here. Michael, scooch over. Scooch.
Yes, look, there's my husband.
Look, and Angela's like, would you like to talk to my husband Michael? And Billy's like, yes, I would absolutely love to finally meet him and whatever. So, Michael gets on, and again, I don't know where Michael found this voice that has been missing for the last 6 years, but Michael said, hey, by the way, did you know my wife has a crush on you?
Right. And Billy's like, what's happening here? That was when he was like, what's going on? How did I get here? What?
And Angela is embarrassed, which she should be, right? I would have been too.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, Michael, I can't believe you said that. And then, he asked Billy, which I think as the spouse of Angela, I think Michael had every reason to ask the questions that he asked. I didn't think he was out of line at all. Well, do you have a crush on my wife? The next question, Billy, as diplomatic as possible. Like he should be like, working for like the UN. Saying, I do appreciate your wife. And he kept calling her Angel, which pissed off Michael. But I have no feelings for her in that regard. We're friends, and we have a fun relationship, and that's that. And then Billy's like, Angela, why did you get me on this phone call? Like, what is like happening here?
Yep. And then Michael's like, so I could meet you. She told me that she's coming to visit you in Canada, and I don't like it. I feel, well, he said that to us. He didn't say. The next thing he said to us was that he feels intimidated by Billy, that he's an attractive man. And, my fear is that she's going to fall in love with him.
And then Billy's like, bro, like I'm at dialysis 5 days a week for 7 hours a sitting. Like, there's no way that even if I wanted it, it's not going to happen. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. That's just not what this is. No, he's like, this is about compassion. Our friendship is based on compassion, not about having crushes or anything like that. We are friends that deeply care about each other.
Yeah. And Michael's like, I'll amuse her. Like, I have to say Michael was the most Michael I've ever seen him. Like, I was like, he was good tonight, like, and he made valid points, and Angela did too. So pretty much Michael put his foot down during the phone call of her going to Canada to see him. And, Angela replied that if this is too much for you, I don't go back on my word. I said I was going to go there and take care of him. And if it means you leaving me over it, then so be it.
Yeah, he did not like that. He was like, you've known this man for a few months, and you're willing to put, all of this energy into it, but you were ready to divorce me,
And people say I always don't say things bad about Angela. And Angela, I am so sorry. I have to say this. And she always tell me, Johnny, like, if you want to talk shit about me, you go ahead. It's your job. So, Angela, I don't think you should go to Canada. I think after the stuff with Michael and his Instagram, and he took it down, I don't know. I think it'd be a slap in the face to Michael if you went to Canada. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I think it would be, despite all the feelings about, like, the kidney stuff with Sky and everything like that. And how rocky your marriage has been. And you finally got him to realize that, the Instagram account and like you talking to other women, and it's messy. I don't think she should go to Canada. I don't. Am I wrong? I don't think she should go.
I mean, but listen, you said it earlier. What was it? Michael was bringing her misery, and Billy was making her smile. So she said it to Billy, when I had no one, I had you.
Yeah.
So how do you just abandon him when he might now need her?
I don't think she should go. I think they finally got in a great place, and Michael realized how he wronged her. And thus, like, the bracelet and the champagne and the pool and whatever, and her doing this and going to Canada to see him would like undo all of that shit. Like, what would stop Michael from, like, starting another Instagram account or talking to people? I think it's I don't know. I think it's messy.
You might be right. The problem is that Michael has been suddenly had this epiphany for all of, a few hours, right?
That's also true.
So has he really earned anything here? Is this
and
nice
Michael
gesture just a gesture?
Again, Michael has been treating, and you don't want to hear my opinion because everyone will just say, like, kissing Angela's ass because she's my friend, but she Angela's been put through a whole lot by him, and it's been not great. So it's it just it was so nice to see them so happy for like them 5 minutes in the pool and like that, and like I don't think we've ever seen it the whole time we've seen them on the show, like them like that happy with each other. Like
No, never.
there's
Yeah,
always,
you saw her voice soften. And
yeah,
once you talk to Billy, you see it soften even more, right? He doesn't the way he speaks to Angela is completely different than the way Michael speaks to Angela. And Angela just listens and is soft and is caring. And you see a little bit of that with Michael today, but it's not how you normally see her, right? You normally see her having to protect herself from whatever nonsense he's gotten her into.
and Dion just said like he might die and she might feel bad because she was not there as his friend. That's very gray. Because like, yes, I completely understand what you're saying, Dion, in that regard. But she's also, I don't know. I just had a friend that died who I've never met in person, but I considered to be a mom. So that's hard to wrap your head around, actually. So I don't know. I don't know how she'd feel. I know how I feel, and it's bad. So maybe you're right, Dion, to be honest with you. Maybe you're right. Because I never got the chance to meet that person, and I wish I did. So I'm gonna change my train of thought and say that Angela should go and see him. And I think it's clear that there's nothing romantic. It's just about a friend helping a friend. And till Dion just said that, like I was thinking a different way, but that kind of just made me think of other things. And yeah, Angela should go and see him, because you don't know when you'll get another chance with somebody. And she should go. She should go and see him. And like you said, Maria, and like she said, like, Billy's brought me smiles and happiness and was there for me when you weren't. And, Michael took accountability, saying, listen, the reason why she's talking to other people is because I wasn't there for her and I was a shitty husband. So, yeah, Angela should go. Yeah, because you'll never, no one ever promised you tomorrow, right? So I think that Angela should go. And although I do feel like Michael's objections are legitimate.
I do too. I do too. Until he really understands, he won't understand.
Yeah. And Michael has every reason to feel the way he does. But yeah, I think Angela should go, because I don't want to get into it. So it's fine. Dion, I just lost someone and I was not able to see it. It was on my way to the hospital and they passed. I was 5 minutes away. That's tough. Yeah. I'm sorry, sweetheart. That's real tough. So I don't know.
We got heavy. We got heavy.
It's a little too heavy. Can we like bring it back to like not heavy, like real quick? Like, oh my God, Andre sucks. Like, can we talk about that? Like, just real quick. Like, I don't want to end it. I don't want to end it bad. Like, God. I don't want to end it
Let's
bad.
see. Michael stomped off. That's how it ended. Michael stomped off. So, and more drama next week with regards to that situation. Maybe we can just remember what a good time she was having in the swimming pool, and how punchable Charlie's face is. What else? What else? Ed's a vagina, and I don't know what his Lulus are. Are they shoes? Are they his balls? Who could say? I don't
know. No. Yeah. We're good though. Like, right, we covered everything.
We did. We got it all.
What time is it?
11:16.
I feel like I should do an after show because I haven't been doing them.
I don't have time to do it today, but
I might just hop on in a bit. Just Cody's cooking. We'll show that. So we'll do that. We'll do a quick after show. And again, guys, if you're not a member and you want to be a member, it's a fire sale on my YouTube channel right now. It's 50% off on my tier, the first 2 tiers. And now again, like now that I have a computer again, like I can, I was relying on everybody else to do to start my Marie and Addie. Thank God for them. They were running my whole channel without me. So now I can do things again for myself. So yeah, we'll do a quick after show. And
if you don't know where to find the after show, if you are a member and you've never tried the after shows before, you can find them in the members tab. You might not get a notification sometimes until it's already over. So it's in the membership tab.
It's in my membership tab. But does the tab show if you're not a member? It doesn't.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
So become a member. Again, fire sale. It's half off the first 2 tiers. The after show I'll do now will be for the middle tier. And that's the 90 Day Fiance level. And the low tier Sister Wives, 90 Day Fiance, and Real Housewife, right? Those are the 3.
Real Housewives is the top. So
yeah, okay. Yeah. And we will be covering Real Housewives again soon. People are so many people are asking me about it. The thing is, I can't stand Salt Lake City, and I refuse to watch it. I can't. So that's on right now. When Jersey starts in January, I will be all over it. I promise you.
Isn't Miami supposed to start also?
I don't watch Miami either. So okay. I have my favorites, just like 90 Day. I watch Jersey, I watch New York, I watch Orange County, I watch Atlanta, and I watch Beverly Hills. Those are my 5 Housewives franchises. So that's what I love to report on. Potomac is great. I know a little bit about it. Salt Lake City, no, I can't. Dallas was canceled because it's Salt Lake City. I can't stand it. What?
So people like Salt Lake City. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it. Oh, Ashley would like new custom emojis. Someday we'll figure out how to do that.
Yes. MTT. MTT, we need new emojis. Please help us. And and I know I have the old hag emojis, because I, tried to get rid of it in a hurry. So, hey, girl. Welcome back, Elizabeth. Yeah, we'll get the new emojis. I promise you. Hibbity bibbity. I'll get to it. I promise. So Williams. So yeah, we'll get there. And again, I have my computer back again, so I can do things again. Because you could do 10% of what you need to do on YouTube from a cell phone. So with all that being said, I'm going to end this live. It's been great. We did unpack a lot, and I want to thank everybody for being here. We're going to start the after show. What time is it? Give me 20 minutes, and I'll set it up now. And Williams. Yeah, we need Williams. We need hibbity. What else do I say?
What else do you say?
There's
definitely something else. You say a lot of stuff. There's definitely something.
I say a lot of bad 4-letter words, so don't put that in there, MTT. No, we're I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Andre. I don't know. Come on.
But we'll get new emojis. I promise. Man. Yeah, we need that. It's like a knife to the kidneys, man. What does a nanny do? That would be a good one.
That'd be a good one.
Of course, hibbity bibbity.
Of course.
That'll be on my tombstone, my epitaph. Hibbity bibbity, here lies John Yates. No one can.
If only that were true.
We'll figure it out, though. I'm trying to get everything back together again, so we'll get there. Guys, thank you so much again. I will see you guys for the after show. Again, that's the middle tier, which is a 90 Day Fiance level and above. And we'll just have a little bit of fun. And we'll watch Cookie Coke. We'll watch Cody cook. That's what I'm going to say. So, good old Cookie. My good old husband Cookie. Oh, Cookie's cooking. Oh, I love Cody's cooking. So, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow for the Single Life reunion. And again, don't forget, I just blasted that Veronica's with Jamal, which I'm going to post right now. So you heard it here first. I love you guys. I love you, Maria. Thank you guys for being in the chat. My moderators, super chats. Love you all. I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.